Good morning and welcome to the fourth edition of Living Literature. Guys, it has been a phenomenal ride. Let me just say, I want to continue to bring you really phenomenal authors, great insight, great books, great information, and of course more me, So if anybody wants to take the initiative to send me their book, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm willing. And we'll see where this journey goes moving forward. But I want to jump into this week because this book, my Jesus, Miss Judith Dawes wrote and put her heart into a phenomenal piece of work, guys. The book is called Me. Be done with broken relationships and a broken life. Just the title itself was like, okay, look, I need to jump into this book. I need to get everything that it has to offer because I've been single. Now I'm married. Who knows what tomorrow holds, but I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right things. And her insight and her information and her transparency is amazing, guys. So the first part of the book is just basically letting you know what you're getting yourself into. Sometimes you have to prepare people because they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. So how I did it was kind of saying, what is me? No, it's not grammatically incorrect. It's just saying me, like what's love? This part of the book gives you everything. It gives you insight, no matter what you've been through, no matter what aspects have left you bitter or hurt or sad or self-confident. Not self-confident, but self-conscious. And sometimes self-confident too, because situations can make us feel better about ourselves. They can help us to be better people and to push us towards betterment. And that's what this book is about. That's what me, being done with broken relationships and a broken life is all about. Look, Judith herself gives us information about her. The book is called Me, but it's about her. She gives us her truth, her reality, her past, her current, and what she sees as important for her future, guys. So this is not a book written by somebody that doesn't have, a past, that doesn't have the personal experience and the personal expertise to give us insight. There are quite a few chapters in the book. But the beauty of how she did it was she broke it into 3 different components. So what I want to do is I want to take one component from each of the 3, and then I want to break them down, explain them, give you what I found in them that kind of stayed with me. And I'll also be checking over, so you'll see me looking over because I want to read directly from there, kind of like I did last week, so you guys can actually get a feel for the book itself. Okay? So the first part is one of the chapters that's called, Are You Ready to Be Happy? Guys, I tell my story about how I got married and what I did and my truth. And I don't know that when I first met my husband that I was actually ready to be happy. In the book, she talks about, you ask people that question and it's like, yeah, of course I want to be happy. What do you mean? Who doesn't want to live their life day in, day out and be happy? But she digs deeper, guys. She's like that person that doesn't just get in the water and snorkels along the surface so that you can still breathe. She deep dives. She goes well into it and saying, do you realize that journey to being happy could mean that you're going to be lonely sometimes? It's not going to feel that good. You're going to have to bump your head a couple times. You're going to have to really figure out what works for you to make you happy. It's not all a bed of roses just to say I'm going to get there, because everything that's worth having takes time, and it takes a voyage, and it takes you learning what that looks like, what that means, and how that feels. So in this first part, I want to read directly from the last paragraph of the chapter. And that's where we're going to go with this, guys, because this is one of the parts that stayed with me. The fruits of self-love are pure inner happiness, having great relationships with people and your spouse, financial prosperity, confidence, self-value, boldness, peace, and so much more. Guys, I think that oftentimes we think we love ourselves. And she even talks about that. This lady kept telling her, you don't love yourself enough. And she kind of got mad, but you have to take a second. Look yourself directly in the eyes in the mirror. Somebody phenomenal taught me that. And really figure out who you are and what it takes to be you. Because when you're actually being like authentically you, you have no apologies for who you are, no qualms about your movement forward, no hesitation in your betterment. That's when you really love yourself. That's when you're showing yourself the most love, because then you don't have to be fake. You don't have to lie. You don't have to put up any type of front for anybody else, because it's true you. So the question of, are you ready to be happy? That chapter there was like, okay, we're in this to win this. She's really trying to hit home with something that meant something to her. So second part is, in that second piece, guys, the part that stuck with me was how to keep your man interested. And I found it really, really uplifting that, again, she was so transparent. And she talked about her own situation of working corporate and working 9 to 5 and coming home and doing things, but also spending that time not only with her spouse, but with herself. See, guys, Judith talks about making yourself a schedule and trying to follow that schedule. There's nothing wrong with scheduling your life, because at that point you can fulfill everything that's needed. She also said something that was very interesting to me, in just the fact that she said to be interesting. Be interesting, guys. I think that when you